Back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetable Bread. Going to be doing some Ascension 20 heart kills today. Let's take a look at what we ended with yesterday. Ah, yes, the silent. We built around the Art of War and then found the Shuriken and died. Classic. Okay, that means next up is defect. Apparently we didn't reach the boss last time, so we were offered the embarrassing options. Probably want the max HP. We could go for a little snipey snipe here, if all three of these question marks are non-fights. Seems like a pretty good route too. Get 2 elites there and maybe a mega elite later. The only way to get 3 elites in act is a mega elite, so it seems like a sensible risk to take. Yeah, let's go for it. Strength potion floor 1 is very nice. If offered a claw on floor 1 and no other attacks, I will generally take it. We need it slightly less than normal because we have a Meow's Lament. We're also against Guardian, who sort of punishes claw decks a little bit. So it's either claw or skip here, and I think I'll take claw over skip. We could go to this shop and get a relic for our trouble. That does require us to skip an elite. If we end up fighting a monster in one of these 2 question marks, then we get highly punished for taking this decision, so I think we won't. I think we'll just take the max HP. I will give up a strike. It looks like we're not, we're probably going to get a snipe there. There's still one more question mark to go through, but most likely. I mean, if you're going to pick a claw, I might as well pick a second claw, right? Ball lightning is great, though. Well, let's build a claw deck. I mean, if they're gonna come, let them come. All right, so Meow's Lament is now inactive. We've got 2 claws, so we should probably pick Scrape. Looks like we're charged up enough to fight a Gremlin Nun. If we don't play this claw, we could... What would we do instead? We would wait and develop the zap? No, that's wrong. I think we just claw, zap, scrape, and strike. We just play the whole hand, and then actually I would restart the fight so I can drink the strength pot. We're just gonna play the whole hand. We get 2 claw procs, scrape shuffles past some of the deck. We get an extra lightning orb. It's a fine wake up. It's not the best though. And preserve some life. Let's see if Scrape gets a claw. It does. And Zap probably does more damage than Strike. Just gotta find 1 attack here. Claw will do it. Ooh, bag of marbles. So we can really jump on people on turn 1. FTL is part of the 0-cost attack package. I'll take it. It's possible it hits 1 twice, which is good for blocking. It did not, so we'll just block as much as we can. Oh, that's a mistake. Strike kills 1. Shoot. I'll restart the fight and take 2 instead. Because marbles. forgot about the marbles. Scrape is almost guaranteed to draw 2 cards. 2 or 3 cards are the options. Let's see what we get. If we get FTL, we want to play it immediately. We didn't. I'll play both claws even though only one of them hits, because then we stack up the damage. Let's finish him off with an FTL. We could triple block. We're definitely going to at least double block. I think I like triple blocking. I think we can plan on taking 0. We've got Scrape and Double Claw coming up. That'll do it. Rebound is good with Claws. Cool-Headed is also good with Claws. Cool-Headed gives us a Frost Orb. Something like that. Gremlin Knob. Pretty good turn 1. If we drink the Essence of Steel, we would expect it to save us about 7 health, assuming this fight is going to last 2 more attacks. But we might get something better out of it later, so I think I'll just save it. So we're getting 6 damage from the Lightning Orb, so he is at 17. If we get both claws, that does 16. So we just have to find a little bit extra damage. So we should be good for next turn. Are we confident enough in that we throw out a defend? I think so. Can we miss? The miss would be double defend, cool-headed, strike, claw? Because dual cast does 16. Yeah, we're good. Let's defend. Scrape double claw does it for sure. We got ourselves a question card. Turbo is part of the 0 cost synergy package. With cool-headed and draw and stuff. Okay, let's go. Singing Bowl. That's a great card. Let's scrape and find some claws. Nope. Right, never mind then. FTL and Cool-Headed draw 2 cards. I'm not sure which 2 cards I'm hoping to draw exactly. Claws do 8 damage for 0, so he's at 40. FTL does 5, so he's at 35, which is where he breaks. If we manage to draw a strike, we can break him a little bit short of that. Let's see what we're drawing. We did draw a strike. Alright, we can break him and get a Frost Orb. It's not a great break, but it's probably better than taking 18. Alright, claws are getting stacked up. Let's see what we get. Dual cast probably kills this front spike slime, so let's try that out. Yeah, great. And Cool-Head Defend probably blocks. Take a little bit of damage, but not too much. I should be able to finish him off this turn. Okay. A lot of good options here. I feel like Leap versus Charge Battery is the most appealing. Charge Battery kind of fits the 0 cost thing, since it costs 0 over 2 turns. A little bit of energy manipulation to go with the turbo. So I'll take Charge Battery. Looks like we're resting here. If we take this hallway fight, then we get to choose whether we want the Mega Elite or not. We probably don't. And in that case, we take 2 hard fights and then a question mark. Or we could take 2 question marks and a hard fight. If we take 2 question marks and a hard fight, are we going to rest here or Smith? Assuming the question marks are not themselves fights, we might get through the hard fight with 0 damage. I wouldn't say it's super likely. We kind of need card rewards because we need to find an all-for-one and like some steam barriers. So let's go ahead and take a fight. I think counterintuitively we want to go after the buffing one. We don't want to be vulnerable and be fighting one that has extra strength. So it looks like we can kill him, but do we want to? I think we want to set him up to die without killing him. And then we'll block most of the damage. Get some damage into the other one. Okay, so we should be able to kill either one in an emergency next turn. Maybe both. Yeah, both. Alright, that's a pretty good fight. Took 1. There's a steam barrier. That's what we were looking for. This might be a reprogram deck. I've never made reprogram work, but it seems like this is kind of the way you want to do it. The cool-headed's kind of awkward. Maybe we should take another charge battery. Maybe charge battery is better than steam barrier. We need to find some card draw. Go with all this 0-cost stuff. Do we fight the Mega Elite after this? If we're fighting the Mega Elite, what are we looking for? Well, we just fought Gremlin Knob, so it could be like regenerating sentries or like plated armor Lagavulin, or excuse me, metallicized Lagavulin. Let's take charge battery and fight the Elite. There's a chance we die here. Ooh, it is metallicized Lagavulin. I was right. Alright, so we want to hit him with as many claws as we can before he wakes up. Because he's got extra armor, so we have an extra chance to do that. I guess I'll play 2 charge batteries. Not sure how I'm using 5 energy next turn, but guess we'll find out. He's waking up either way, so we might as well play all the cards. Or at least those 2. Dual cast I'm not so sure about. Yeah, I'll go ahead and dual cast. It puts the Frost Orb in front, which we might need for dual cast again later. Like right now. Alright, let's go ahead first. See what we're drawing. Good order. And then are we finishing up with dual cast charge battery? Blocks for 10, 17, 19. Seems like it's a good way to wait around while claws are getting set up. Alright, but we can't wait around forever. So we put claw into the shuffle and then we scrape to go draw some cards. Hopefully the claws. No, no claws. We'll develop a zap. A little bit slow. First debuff and he's still at half health. But claws are getting stacked up, so not in terrible position. We can dual cast Frost Orb block. Damage or block. Well, next turn we have a ton of damage from claws. It's going to be, let's see, 9 plus 11. So that is 20 damage. So he's going to be at, he's going to take 6 from this and be at 23. Seems like we need some more damage. Let's keep punching him. We also missed a shuffle on both claws there, which is pretty bad. We're surviving this, but let's. I guess we're playing all the cards because our hand costs 3 energy. There we go. Not too bad. Took a chance, got a meat on the bone. Early genetic algorithm seems good too. Not sure exactly what the plan for this deck is. Seems to be doing a lot of claw stuff. Alright, we need to heal off this fight, for sure. We can play all of our block cards, completing our side quests and blocking out, which seems good. We do miss the damage from dual cast, but that's okay. If we single defend, then we take 1. So we'd be taking 1 to develop a lightning orb. That seems worth it. Still potentially healing for 11 on the fight. We can block for 12 here, that blocks out. Still healing for 11 so far. FTL plus scrape into claws is lethal? No, no claws. Alright, well we're blocking out anyway. And we have lethal, great. Alright, healing for 11. Second copy of Cool-Headed is badly needed. So let's go ahead and grab that. This deck is terrible against the Guardian, so I think we need to rest. Plus, what are we going to smith? FTL? Genetic algorithm? Scrape? I don't know. We're just resting. Alright. If we dual cast, we have a better chance of breaking him next turn. We do 16 plus 3, 19. He goes to 8. He blocks for 9, so we need to do 17 next turn. 17 is possible, I wouldn't say it's likely. Let's go for it. FTL is a component of getting 17, for sure. And then we have exactly enough to break him with 2 strikes, so let's do that. Looking for a claw there, but didn't quite find it. Hopefully we'd get a claw in the next 5. Actually, scrape means that we don't miss a shuffle. But we have to actually use the scrape, which means we take a little bit of damage return. But that's okay. We take 2 net damage on the turn to develop scrape. But then claw doesn't miss a shuffle. We could turbo out a charge battery as well. It's kind of interesting. We could actually turbo out charge battery defend. Block for an extra 12. I think it will. Turbo and charge battery kind of counteract each other there, because we're going to draw that void. Oh wait, it goes into your discard pile, not your draw pile. Interesting. Alright, let's block first, and then FTL. And then, I guess I'll defend and then scrape. That didn't work out well. Skip the strike, obviously. Could dual cast. Do 16. I think I'll save the damage until he's in the other form, because we needed to transform him. Take 8. Exhaust the void. Alright, so now we can force a shuffle with Cool-Headed. We've already seen both claws, so shuffling now is good. Unless we want to like put charge battery in the shuffle or something. No, I don't think so. There's a claw. We probably need the damage to transform him, so let's strike just to make sure we get there. looks like we're getting there. So Claw's doing 13. He is at 15, so that's a decent break. Or we can do 13 with these two and then do 13 with one card. Seems better. Scrape does not draw FTL. Alright, that was a good transform. Okay, we're blocking out for 14, so we can afford to fit in a strike here for no damage. So fine. Cool-headed draws. We want to draw with Scrape too, but if we draw the FTL... Oh wait, we can't draw FTL. We've already seen FTL. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Take one. Play all the claws. Claws are getting stacked up pretty nicely. Do we dare zap here? Blocks for a little bit, gets a little bit of damage in. We lose a Frost Orb, but I think it's worth it. Looks like we're not having too much trouble transforming him. So we probably want to strike, claw, but let's cool-headed first and see if we draw anything that surprises us. I was kind of afraid of drawing the charge battery, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. We rotated this orb, but that doesn't really do anything. Maybe we try and break him next turn. Maybe we just like claw, strike, charge battery. So that's 19 plus 6 is 25. Puts him at 3. It's possible we miss though, and then we're in big trouble. So I think I would prefer not to take a chance. Okay. Looks like we have lethal. So great, we beat him. We survived at exactly 22, and we healed for 22 at that campsite. So if we had not healed, we would have died exactly. I'm glad I healed. Good morning, Akiran. How's it going? Ooh, there's all for one. Holy crap. What's happening? You'll love this. We've got a couple of claws, a scrape, FTL. We're going for it. Turbo. I think we're probably ditching one of these for a power potion. They're both pretty bad potions. Let's see. What debuffs do we care about? Chosen debuff is pretty bad. Yeah, okay. Hey Troll Fun, how's it going? Ooh, I don't know. I haven't seen Mod View. That sounds pretty exciting. No longer being able to rest might be okay. We have meat on the bone. And Singing Bowl. So we should be able to get a large amount of max HP and then sort of hover around halfway. And getting energy is really good. We're picking one of these. I think Philosopher's Stone is probably worse than Skip. Since it tends to kill you. Particularly in the hardest fights. Sozu is one of my favorite energy relics. But the downside to Coffee Dripper is pretty low here. Excuse me, Kofifi Dripper. Oh hey. Oh, I guess Troll for Fun is already in the Discord. Womp womp. Can't really plug the Discord. Everybody already knows. I'll do it anyway. It's fun. I tried to spell it Discord. It seems like chord is part of it. Like, I think the root of discord is like, it's the opposite of a chord, right? It's a discord because it sounds bad together. And chord is spelled with an H, so it seems weird to me that discord is not spelled with an H, but, you know, spelling. You think it's discord as in, like, it had a chord and then you took it away? I think we'll take Coffee Dribble, we'll give it a chance. Usually not a big Coffee Dripper fan. Well, we already have a lot of scaling, so we, I feel like we're pretty good against Champ. We have a bunch of money, but there is no early shop. We would love to turn into a vampire. Turning into a ghost is also pretty good. We have Singing Bowl, so it's pretty easy for us to reclaim our max HP after becoming intangible. So Act 2 question marks are a high priority. Unfortunately, they are not highly available. We can go on this route and just ignore the shop and take 3 question marks, 2 fights, and a fire before the first elite, and then fire after, and take this shop, maybe? Or we could go through this elite and go take a really late shop, and take 3 elites in the act. That's such a good path, I think I'll just take it. Hopefully we don't get robbed. Alright, we found our all for one, but we don't have any other stuff yet. I want to see the picture. Huh. Auto mod Q. Crazy. So we could double block with defend. We could get through his plated armor with all for one and do 1 damage. Or I guess we could do slightly more damage with 2 strikes. I guess we just double defend, double strike. Let's draw a card with Cool-Headed, see what it is. Okay, it's nothing. Finally, we get a claw. Let's see, can we manipulate it so that we do 2 plated armor damage? Seems like the answer is probably no. But maybe if we draw something that does high damage with FTL, we can. That is something that does high damage. Alright. The problem with Scrape and All for One is Scrape draws you past All for One, and you don't get it. But whatever, let's Scrape and look for a Claw. We found them. We also found FTL, so we can get a plated armor with that. Play a couple of Claws, do the side quest, draw with Cool-Headed, and get some next turn energy. Where's my all for one? I guess I don't want to play Cool-Headed because I don't want to draw cards right now. Because if I draw cards, then I don't get all for one with 0 cost cards in this card. So we just want to block out without drawing. And that looks like this. I guess we'll go ahead and dual cast a Frost Orb as well. Okay, so all for one gets us all our claws back. FTL shuffles, but we don't want to shuffle until there's a claw back in the deck. I guess we can play a single claw and then FTL, but then this claw is missing a shuffle, so I probably don't want to do that. Plus it looks like we have lethal, so we don't care. Okay. This deck is highly energetic, with the 4 energy and 2 copies of Charge Battery. We are ready for some card draw. Speaking of which, there's an FTL. FTL also comes back with All for One. Not crazy about having 2 copies of FTL, but I think I will do it. Alright. Super late shop, and we already have a bunch of money. So I think we can grab a Ritual Dagger. This does take us up to 2 side quests, which is tricky. Got Genetic Algorithm and Ritual Dagger. But it's also just really good, so let's do it. Caca, as they might say. We read the book. We do have a 2-cost attack, but casting it twice doesn't really do much. Getting a power at the beginning of every fight is great, because sometimes you get Echo Form. What's the other one? I searched for Cursed Tom. Not Tome, but Tom. Oh, right, you get 1 to 3 random cards. Not crazy about that one. I think it's probably wrong to read the book, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. It costs health, and we'll hopefully heal health in the next fight. The best outcome is the power one for sure. We don't always read the book. Come on. That's not true. Okay, so if we read the book, we lose how much health? We lose 15 plus 6, so 21 health. And we go to 22. It's pretty significantly below our halfway point. Best outcome is a +1 relic? What does that mean? The relic is really good. I don't doubt that. We do have a fire before the elite. I just worried about dying in this hallway fight if we go into it with 22 health. Oh, you mean one more relic, yeah. It's a really good relic, though. Or it's one of 2 kind of crummy relics. This deck could theoretically pick up a meteor. We have 4 energy and 2 charge batteries and a turbo. And if we pick up meteor, if we find Necronomicurse, then we would probably get meteor, and then that would be crazy. So I think we will read the book, because that sounds like fun. Okay, it's the power one. Great. All right, so we have to try and heal here, and this is a little bit of a difficult fight to heal in. Let's see what we can draw. Okay. Looks like we can block out, so that's nice. I think we prefer Zap over Strike. Alright, this is an easy fight to complete Ritual Dagger in, so we need to make sure that we're doing that. Let's draw and try and knock down this bird. Looks like we got that. We're probably going to end up Ritual Daggering him this turn. Which is either going to do 7 or 15 damage, depending on whether he is already knocked down. So if we all for 1 on him, it does 5 damage. These 2 together do 12. This does 2. So that's only 14. So it's not quite enough. So probably what's going to happen is we play... let's see, if we play 2 claws on him, if we play 3 claws on him, the first one does 2, and then we get 7 and then 9. So that turns into 3 and then 4. 2, 3, 4 is the damage. 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 6, 9, 9 plus 15. Yeah, okay. So we'll just hit him with all the claws, all for 1 somebody else. And then we'll eat him. I guess Backbird has taken some damage already. I guess we want to do less damage here, so we'll do safe down. Okay. Taking some damage, but not dying, I think. Okay, so we still need to complete our genetic algorithm quest. It looks like we targeted the wrong bird. You got the wrong bird! So we don't want to play Scrape, because that causes us to miss FTL. Or, miss genetic algorithm. So let's play Cool-Headed. And then FTL. It looks like we're able to block out pretty easily this turn, so we're not going to focus the Backbird. There's genetic algorithm. Okay, so now we can Scrape for a shuffle, if we would like to, and I would. It looks like we can knock down Front Bird, which is nice, because he was a little bit more threatening. And I guess we're already blocked out. Okay. Alright, we healed for 1 in that fight. I was hoping for a little bit more than that, but I'll take it. Third copy of FTL? Seems kind of dubious. Yeah, we're going to end up having hand size problems with All for One. We already have 4 zero-cost things, or I guess 5 with the turbo. Although, if we pick FTL, then we have another hit with Scrape. It would be nice to just heal with max HP. Also, we're about to go to Campfire, so if we heal, if we take max HP, we get a little bit of extra healing. It's probably only 1 point. Actually, it's 2/3 of a chance of being 1 point. There's no way we pick Blizzard. We only have 1 Frost Orb. It's either FTL or max HP for sure. I guess we had 2 Cool-Headed, so that wasn't quite true. I think I like the FTL. We're not really doing anything with the Art of Ancient Potion right now, and we didn't pick Sozu. So go ahead and discard that for a colorless spot. Ooh, we did become a ghost. Great. Okay, well, I guess I'm glad I didn't pick the max HP, because it wouldn't have done much. Oh, I forgot we can't rest. Oops. Okay, well, we get to upgrade a apparition here. Presumably we want to upgrade an apparition. Upgraded apparitions are really good. We could also upgrade Scrape, which draws an extra card, or FTL, so that you can play 1 more card before you do it. Is Ritual Dagger good enough? I mean, it just increases the scaling a little bit. I don't think Ritual Dagger's on the same tier as Apparition. You could upgrade Genetic Algorithm too, it's just like... Eventually both of these get really good, so I don't worry too much about them. Yeah, I think we just take an Apparition. That is a difficult to question decision. Okay, Book of Stabbing. I guess let's Scrape first, so that we can find FTL. Alright, we can but are not forced to play Apparition. Let's see what we draw with Cool-Headed. Oops, this FTL is inactive. So if we block with Genetic Algorithm Defend, we block out. And we complete a little side quest, so let's do that. Leave the Apparition in the deck. I don't think we're going to count on getting a Ritual Dagger proc this fight. I will definitely play both Charge Batteries and Claw. Actually, I'm going to restart the fight so I can play Power Potion on turn 1. I kind of forgot. Actually, what Power Potion are we looking for? Or what power are we looking for? Probably Echo Form is the best. Yeah, I'll go ahead and restart the fight. If you're going to drink a Power Potion, you should probably do it on turn 1. Unless you're looking for, like, Barrier to save your life. Also, we have Heat Sinks, so... Electrodynamics gets quite a bit extra damage. So does Loop. Okay. So we're going to play Scrape first. Draw an FTL, which we did last time. Then Cool-Headed. Getting that Scrape too late again. Oh, Heat Sinks and then Electrodynamics. They're all one more card. Okay. We're always going to Claw. And then I think Genetic Algorithm Charge Battery blocks out. Get 1 extra energy next turn. I'm doing good. Oh, you're asking Sir Artemal how he's doing. Well, I won't answer them. We get to play all the cards in our hand, so let's do that. We could theoretically try to save Ritual Dagger, but I am not going to. Actually, let's drink the Colorless Potion. It could be a card draw, and if it is, we have other ways to spend our energy. It is, kinda. What card would we take with Secret Technique? Do we need an Apparition this turn? I think we need Apparition on future turns more. We could just take Metamorphosis. We love zero-cost attacks. So let's do that. Ooh, got an extra Claw. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to follow. Cornbread and fried eggs. That sounds excellent. This is a great turn for Apparition. Also, we have unupgraded Apparitions, so we're going to play them both. There's no upside or downside to playing this defend, so I will just do it. Zero cost Rip and Tear, that's pretty nice. We get more damage if we zap then dual cast. We dual cast the Lightning Orb. We don't really need to dual cast the Frost Orb. It blocks out if we just evoke it. So let's do that. Getting pretty close. But unfortunately we're shuffling, so... Okay, let's Cool-Head, try and look for another FTL. No. This is free, and that's free, so let's play those. Looks like we have Lethal. Great. And we get to heal with, whatchamacallit? Meat on the bone. Interesting. We have a ton of gold already. Oh boy. I think this is probably max HP. We could actually go for Skim Plus. Skim Plus is pretty nice in the deck. Yeah, Skim Plus is way better than max HP. What am I talking about? Yeah, we've been having a lot of trouble actually spending all the energy we're getting. So let's go for Skim Plus. It also helps us find Apparitions. And it comes pre-upgraded. What are we smithing? Probably another Apparition. We've had a very similar decision to this 2 floors ago, so I don't need to think about it too hard. Oh, we could do Zap, too. Zap and dual cast, come back with all for one. Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that Zap upgrade, now that I think about it. Because it comes with Scrape. Okay. Maybe I should upgrade Scrape instead. Seems like we're kind of building around it. Ooh, Eternal Feather is absolutely amazing with Coffee Dripper. Wow. We're a ghost with Eternal Feather and Coffee Dripper. What a god. So if we go to this campsite, we basically heal to full now. We're healing for 15. Yeah, we heal to full. So let's do that, I guess. Get another upgrade. Seems great. We could get the dual cast. Let's take a scrape, though. Yeah, we can take an elite here, I think. Every elite couldn't possibly kill us because we have 38 max HP. But we have to take this elite if we want this shop. We have like 530 gold, so seems like we probably want the shop. Let's draw first. Let's draw first. Let's draw first. Okay. I guess we can take all of our FTLs back and kill Red Slaver, which seems good. Storm is useless, so we'll play it to get it out of the way. Probably want to double defend, so I'll just kill him with the FTLs again. Double defend. Alright, we've got an apparition that we can optionally play. Man, we've gotten very little use out of this turbo. This blocks for like 20, so let's do it. We could drink the regen pot right now. We're taking 5 this turn, or we have taken 5. So it would get max value on the first turn, but it seems like it's not guaranteed to get max value on the second turn, so I guess I'll hold it. If we hold it, though, we do increase our chance of dying slightly in 2 turns. But only by 2 health, so I think we'll risk it. Alright, we found the apparition, so we're not dying. Let's scrape first. I guess there's no more FTLs, so it probably doesn't matter. In fact, there's only 1 claw to draw. So maybe I don't scrape to avoid cycling through Ritual Dagger and Genetic Apparition. Genetic Algorithm. Whoa. Genetic Apparition. But we can draw those things with Cool-Headed. Or we could draw Dual Cast. There's no advantage to playing Defend. Do I want to cycle past these things? I do want to play that Claw. No, I think if I cycle past these things, then I end up not completing my side quest, which makes me sad. Alright, looks like we can block out with Genetic Algorithm this turn. Let's draw first. Great, there's the Claw. So next turn we're probably getting Ritual Dagger and hopefully killing him. 18 plus 4 is 24. Not quite enough, but maybe we'll draw a little bit extra. We could skim and draw those cards right now. But we kind of don't want to, because we would draw Apparition too early. What is it, Sir Artemal? You said oi. I was hoping the Lightning Orb would hit him. It did not. Great, we got a Claw. Oh, we're weak, though. So we Claw him and strike him. It will not be enough. We're always going to play Apparition. Do we just play Ritual Dagger for the damage and miss out on the upgrade? I think we do, unfortunately. This deck is 31 cards, so I think the chance that we are going all the way around again is pretty low. Sorry, Ritual Dagger. Your thirst for blood will not be sated today. Yikes. Well, this is a scary turn. Okay, well now we're definitely drinking the regen pot. Okay. So now we get to kill Blue Slaver. And then... zap. There's no other way to draw cards, so just all for one. We can... If we evoke... We need to dual cast this Frost Orb to block out, because that's our only source of block. So we'll go ahead and zap and then dual cast. We have to choose between Strike and Charge Battery. I guess Charge Battery was block. I'm not sure how I missed that. I'll just take the Strike. Well, we're not ditching it in every fight, we're just ditching it in this fight. This is fucking slavers, man. They don't mess around. Probably killing him this turn, but let's see if we can block instead. Blocking is better because we get to heal. And we can block. Or, let's see. We can block for 12, which we take 2 damage and we heal for 3, so it's a net heal. Wait, that's not a net heal. Oh, yeah, it is, because of the Frost Orb. Okay. And then we get to end this turn, too, so we get to heal for 2. Before the Lightning Orbs kill him. Oh, wait, I guess we don't. Darn. Extra Claw? Or Cool Head Plus. I think Cool Head Plus is probably it, right? We've got enough claws. Yeah, we need more card draw, though. So I'll take a Cool Head. Could use some focus for sure. Oh no, we got thwacked! It's been so long since I've been thwacked. I almost forgot. I went to a question mark after the thing. I asked for it. Okay, well maybe we can just win. Show these slavers who's boss. I'm gonna restart the fight so that I can Blessing of the Forge. Blessing of the Forge is pretty obvious there. Upgraded electrodynamics is good. Grumble, grumble. Just fought slavers. Now they've come back and trying to re-enslave me. That's just rude. Guess we need to block, so it's cool-headed and then electrodynamics. I guess we found all the block with Apparition. And then we can either All for One or Charge Battery. I guess we want to do damage while the getting's good. Alright, so Red Slaver is dying on turn 1, that's nice. Yeah, we're probably taking big fight. It's just tough because we're taking an elite, and then an elite, and then an elite. It really increases our chances of losing the run pretty significantly. Which is not to say I won't do it. It's just speaking factually about the dangers. Okay. Alright. So let's start with cool-headed. Let's see what we get. We got All for One. Let's cool-headed again. Do we want to turbo and then All for One? Do we want to turbo twice? Why will killing Knob be hard? Yeah, I think we do want to turbo. I don't know. I don't think we need to turbo twice. I think we just turbo and then like double strike All for One. Maybe we do turbo so that we can charge battery as well. Because currently we're blocking for 4 and taking 3. Okay. Let's draw a card. Apparition's great here. Do we dare, like, Apparition zap genetic algorithm? Just feed Gremlin Knob all the strength he can take. Okay, so there's a lot of ways we can kill him next turn, because we have like 2 FTLs and a scrape and a skim and like a bunch of claws and a ritual dagger. So like there's a really good chance we kill him. And if we don't kill him, we probably apparition. But there is a way to skip, right? To like fail. If I don't algorithm now, I might miss it in the fight. We don't need it, that's true, but I would rather just complete it just to be done. If we draw defend, charge battery, strike dual cast, then we're screwed. If we draw defend, double claw, charge battery, we're screwed. Okay, so what are the miss cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 total miss cards that don't do enough damage to kill Gremlin Knob and don't draw cards. So there's 7 miss cards out of 15. We have to draw 5 of them, though. Although, how do I actually do 15 damage? What does 15 damage look like next turn? We haven't played any claws yet. So the claws are doing 3 and then 5. So if we play both of those, that's 8 damage. So that's 8 damage plus 18, hopefully. 8 plus 18 is 26, plus another 10 is 36, plus 9 is 45, plus a strike is lethal for Gremlin Knob, plus we might hit him with the lightning orb. That's a pretty specific set of cards, though. It's like, it has to include Ritual Dagger, includes all these. So most likely, we don't kill him next turn, but we Apparition next turn. And then hopefully we get out of the fight with no damage. Alright, it's a bit of a cross your fingers situation, but that's okay with me. Alright, we almost missed. These cards were looking bad, but we got some good ones. We got a little kitty. I think she's out of frame. Here, I'll show you. There's Coconut. Coconut showing up. Saying hi. Alright, let's start with Skim. Try and find those claws and stuff. Alright, we've got FTL. So let's play that. We've got the other FTL. That's nice. So now Scrape draws all of these, and there's 2 claws in there. It discards this Apparition, which is interesting. I think Coconut needs to be a channel points reward. The reward is like, go find Coconut and put her on stream. So we get Scrape for 2 claws, that's 9 damage, plus 8 damage is 17. 17 plus 18 is 35, which kills Gremlin Knob. That seems like a good way to kill Gremlin Knob. Okay, and then do we need Apparition to survive this turn? If we don't Apparition, we have Charge Battery, so we block for 11 and take 2. I feel like Apparition needs to do more than blocking for 2. But maybe that's not true. Maybe blocking for 2 is fine. We do have another elite fight, that is true. We do have Shop in the middle. We could find a Lee's Waffle or something. So maybe our current health means a little bit less. Also, shuffling the Apparition is not great because we're going to shuffle like 30 cards with a bunch of wounds. So it's going to be a pretty low density of apparitions in there. But charged battery also gives us 1 extra energy next turn, which may or may not be important. We could just dual cast the block too. Then we would take 1. I don't think I would take 2 damage just to develop a next turn energy, though. So I guess I'll apparition. Okay. Those apparitions have been drawing extremely well. I appreciate it, apparitions. Thank you, little ghost form. Scrape and All for One are good friends. We can cool-headed before we All for One. We cannot skim before we All for One. Is it lethal? I don't think it is. We're blocking for 9. We could theoretically skip All for One and look for more block. We're taking 2 damage right now. If we All for One, we do an additional 20, so he goes to 3. Pretty much guarantees lethal next turn. I like the sound of guaranteed lethal. Let's take 2 and win the fight. There's nothing we're setting up, so we don't care. Ooh, Tungsten Rod and Pear. Wow, what a card reward. Jeez. I guess we're happy to see the Slaver event. We got thwacked and we won. We did spend a potion. We can hologram and get back claws. We can rebound and put claws on top of the deck. We can also rebound our All for One, so that we get to play it on consecutive turns. But for that matter, we can hologram our All for One. Also, rebound only works if it's in the same hand as something you want to rebound, whereas hologram works if the card you want to hologram is in the discard pile, so it's a little bit less specific about its coupling. It's a little bit easier to pair up. Hologram also needs an upgrade, though. Although I'm not too hard up for upgrades. The only card that I really want to upgrade is Dual Cast and the other 2 apparitions, but the other 2 apparitions really need it. So I don't think I can justify taking a hologram. Man, Tungsten Rod Pair. Also, Tungsten Rod plus Blue Candle is pretty good. Excellent. I like commands that randomly ping me. That seems good. Let's see. Do we want rebound? We have a bunch of copies of FTL, so we can, like, rebound FTL. No, that's not really good. You don't want to be doing that. Hologram can be good for apparition, that is true. Although we need apparitions to be upgraded for that purpose. I'm kind of inclined to just take the 2 max HP. Both of these are just commons, and they're unupgraded. So I think I'll just take some health. Alright, finally we get to spend our unholy gold quantity. It's 1,000 divided by 3 times 2, rounded up. Second Scrape seems good. Recursion, it costs 0 when it's upgraded. We could take Abacus. We do have some ability to shuffle, since we have so much card draw. With all the FTLs and Cool-Headeds and Skim. All for One is kind of card draw. Compile Driver draws cards. Card Remove is probably pretty good. Get rid of these strikes. I think Scrape is definitely good. That is an interesting idea, pocket watch, to make sure that we're going off consistently. It's things that are good when you're having a bad fight are actually really good, because those are the things that rescue you from dying. So pocket watch is like, it'll go off twice in the run, but then those 2 times we'll be like really grateful we had it. But it doesn't actually help you on the bad turn, it just helps you on the turn after the bad turn. And after the bad turn, you're probably having a fine turn, so maybe this isn't that useful. But after the bad turn, maybe you're like desperate to win the fight right now. Also, we have 600 gold, so like we have to spend it on something. Pocket watch is expensive. I believe we could afford pocket watch, abacus, scrape, and card remove. So this plus that is 258. Plus that is 333. So no, we can't actually afford it. Not quite. We're off by 10. Well, what if we take scrape, abacus, card remove, liquid memories? Liquid memories is pretty good. I almost removed a claw. I like hovered over it. Oh, we're actually only off by 1. Drat. But at least I didn't think we had enough. That would be a rude awakening. Maybe we actually take Madness. Because if we can make All for One cost 0, then we can do some silly stuff. Or if we could make Hologram cost 0 or something. And if we upgrade Madness, we can get it back. If we choose not to play it. Heck, I do like Madness. Unupgraded Hologram Exhaust. We'd have to get an upgraded copy of Hologram. We don't have any Hologram right now, but if we get an upgraded copy, get that to happen. Dex Potion? Compile driver? Pass? I don't think a Dex Potion. We have some dexterity-based block. We have genetic algorithm, and that's literally it. All of the defense. I guess maybe the focus potion is better, huh? Okay, fine. I'll buy the focus potion. Okay. Great, let's fight another elite. Not a great turn to be intangible, and there's no way to discard this. So that's too bad. Let's scrape on Fat Gremlin so we can draw an FTL and kill him. I guess Claw works too. I guess we'll play Apparition since we have it in hand. It's kind of a funny situation. We can charge battery and block out, and that's great. Or we could just not charge battery, and then we develop a lightning orb. Which is kind of good too. We're probably going to use liquid memories on All for One, but I think not yet. We're going to wait for the other claw at least. We can exhaust the Sender's Vein and take 0. The combo. Yeah, I like the next turn energy, but we have 4 energy, so we're generally okay. I don't know, if we draw like a bunch of cool-headeds though, we do spend all of the energy on cards in the hand. And also preserving my life total is fine. And it's just an extra lightning orb. It's not like it does a ton. Alright, let's drink the focus potion and take the extra lightning orb. Make it do more. Oh, that's right, we take 0 damage. Oh, man. It's a free lightning orb. I thought I was taking 1 damage, but no. Alright, we need to draw Apparition, so let's draw some cards with FTL. We didn't get it. I guess we can draw 1 more card. Oh. We can draw more cards. Alright, we didn't get it. We could scrape and draw something that costs 0, Turbo, and then dual cast Defend. I guess that's the max block, technically. We have drawn both claws, so now we can do the all for one. Yeah, it says, I think it says whenever you take an whenever you receive attack damage. Whenever you would, yeah, because you receive the damage before you lose the HP. It's the damage that you receive that causes you to lose HP. So we did receive 1 damage, but then we did not lose any health as a result of that. That is how I would have expected that to interact. I just forgot about the tungsten rod. If we draw Madness and play Madness, though, then we can get extra stuff to happen when we Liquid Memories all for one. And Liquid Memorizing all for one doesn't actually block at all. Oh wait, it kind of does, because Zap blocks for 7, or for 3, I suppose. So max block is all Liquid Memories all for one Zap dual cast, which blocks for 7 plus 14 plus 4. 7 plus 14 plus 4 is 25. And then we take 8. That seems good. Let's do that. Because otherwise we're taking like way more. Alright, we did get Zap, which I think was not guaranteed, but I'm glad of it. Oh, 7, excuse me. That's the wrong number. We can't proc Ritual Dagger right now, but we are getting pretty close. I think we save Ritual Dagger. Is that insane? We can try to make Dagger free. Oh wait, we can guarantee it, that's true. Okay, so if we make Dagger free, then we get it on the FTL turn, and the FTL turn is the turn we're most likely to kill. So let's do that. Or there's a chance we can get it on the FTL turn, it's not guaranteed. Skim causes a shuffle. We can skim Apparition minus, and then complete the side quest. We actually don't need to play Genetic Algorithm at all for Apparitioning, because we're only taking 4. Actually, if we Apparition, we should like somehow get rid of this Frost Orb without evoking it, because then we would take 4 damage, or 4 damage, lose 0 health, and evoke. Get 4 lightning orbs. It's not actually possible though, so sad. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure this is an Apparition turn, so let's do that. And shuffle. We got 2 scrapes in hand. We have 6 cards other than the scrape, so we will not fill our hand. If we get Scrape and, like, Double Claw FTL Ritual Dagger, do we kill? So it's 11 plus 13 is 24, 29 plus 21. That is, so 29 plus 21 is 50 plus 9, so it's not lethal. But then we have another Scrape. So it is definitely possible to get a kill here. But I think a more conservative approach would be to use both scrapes to kill Fat Gremlin. Oh wait, that actually doesn't kill Fat Gremlin. It does 16. Alright, let's go in here and see what we get. Not much is what we got. We could turbo and do the other scrape, and then fit in a strike and to finish the genetic algorithm quest. We have hand room, so let's scrape and see what we get. Alright, we did get Ritual Dagger. So damage in hand is 11, 17, plus 21. Almost lethal. Darn, that's disappointing. Okay, well we'll get it with All for One. So let's just plan on that. So All for One's going to be a ton of damage. So we'll go ahead and use the 17 to kill the Fat Gremlin, so that we don't miss it. We could develop an extra apparition charge to make sure we're defended for next turn, or we can complete our genetic algorithm side quest. I think let's make sure our side quest is handled. If we take some damage next turn, we might end up proccing Meat on the Bone. It's also possible we end up dying, but you know, this game involves risks. Okay, so All for One is almost certainly lethal. Let's play some other cards to make sure we have hand room. I guess I'll play this too. Okay. Great. Completed both side quests. Didn't take, I think, any damage. This looks like a max HP pick for sure. If Recursion was upgraded, I would consider it, but it's not. And we have some other upgrades we need. So I think we're taking the max HP. Alright, full health, get an extra upgrade. Go fight Champ. Madness Plus is a consideration, so we can get it back with All for One. But I think Apparition's probably the pick. Scrape is good too. Get an extra card draw. I can't believe All for One just gets extra damage. It's like, I'm not sure what other, like, vector you would upgrade this card on, because it already does, like, the thing that it does. Maybe just making it cost 1 would be, that might be too powerful enough of an upgrade. But the making it cost 1 doesn't do anything to its efficacy in Snecko Eye decks, which is already where it shines the most. So it would just be a buff to the like legit 0-cost attack claw deck, which I think is a deck that needs a buff. Alright, Champion. Do we Hello World? We can get claws with it, but we can also get a deck full of garbage, which is concerning. We do. Let's land Madness on either Cool-Headed or Skim. I think these are both excellent targets. Skim, I think, is the one you would hope for. As fun as it would be to try and get Ritual Dagger in this fight, I don't think that's wise. So let's just take the damage while he's vulnerable. We have no mechanism for discarding, so we're probably going to Apparition this turn. I'm going to do this every time, just because it's fun. Might as well zap and develop some next turn block. Damage is meaningless. Alright, let's FTL first, try and draw a claw. We can all for one, hologram all for one. We have exactly enough energy for that. We could scrape all for one, but we already have all the zero cost stuff, so there's no advantage there. Claws. I don't think we want to skim, because we don't want any of these cards right now. So now that we have done the whole combo for this shuffle, I think we want to get to the next shuffle as quickly as possible, so I will skim now. We could turbo and cool-headed, but I think that's unwise. Doesn't do very much. And I kind of like having apparition for next turn. Because you never know. Turns out we don't need it. Alright, let's draw some cards, see if any of them are good. Try and find a claw. No. More cards. There's a claw. And as a result of playing all of those cards, we do 2 damage. I would like a claw, please. No. I could draw one with sweeping beam. We need to think about blocking too, though. We're blocking for 4 currently, so we need to block for an additional 17. We can do that with Leap Charge Battery. Yeah. I mean, we don't want to spend a lot of time in phase 1 either. So, like, it is true that we want to play as many claws as we can, but we don't want to, like, deliberately tank our damage to fit in those claws, because he will scale up his metallicize and stuff. And kill us. He can kill us just fine in phase 1. There's 1 claw here, which we could find with Sweeping Beam, but there's a 1 in 9 chance of that, so it's not super high. So let's get this claw. And play these defensive cards. And I think get a couple of whacks in. Hey, Fudge Pudgies. It's going good. That's true, we did block out, because taking 1 damage is the same as taking 0 damage. We can cause a shuffle here, but we can't cause a shuffle with FTL in hand. Here's something sneaky we can do. We can skim, draw all these cards, play the claw, and then FTL, and cause the shuffle with claw in the discard, which is what we want. Okay, and then we can, like, play Zap to clear up some hand room and scrape. We actually need... No, that's enough hand room. We've got 6 cards in hand without scrape. So let's go looking. And we found another claw. Okay, we're in danger of splitting champ here. So we could choose to either do that this turn or next turn. He is buffing. If we do it this turn, we get the next turn off. Yeah, so FTL is what I'm considering, right? So if we play FTL and Cold Snap, we break him, because we do 7 plus 3 is 10. And if we break him, we get a turn off while he gets mad. And maybe this is good timing for the turn off, but maybe it's bad timing. It's kind of hard to say. Maybe I would like an extra turn while he's in phase 1 to stack up claws a little further. It's hard to say. Maybe I just want the extra Frost Orb. I don't know. I'll definitely play Charge Battery. I think let's get an extra phase 1 turn with just playing FTL and not Cold Snap. FTL is not a must either way. In fact, FTL was a mistake. I should have played Cold Snap instead. We can play Streamline enough times to make it cost 0. We can also block for a bunch with Stack here. It looks like we needed to break him last turn, because this turn is looking a little hairy. Let's skim, find something better. Alright, so now he's breaking. This is probably a turbo turn. Turbo and a bunch of block cards. We're frail and vulnerable, so we're taking a ton of damage, and it's difficult to block it. I think we want to draw with Cool-Headed first. Okay, we've got All for One, so we need to clear some hand room to play All for One. And that sounds like turbo. Okay, so we're currently blocking for 15. We need to block for 18 more. This blocks for 14. So if we play some more cards, then we will mostly block out. I guess technically we only need to block for 17 more, because 1 is fine. Do we need to scrape before Create AI? The only 0 cost thing is an FTL, so we don't super need that. Scrape is the most efficient. You mean efficient in terms of damage? Oh, I see. Scrape and then stack. That makes a lot of sense. I would like to fit in the Streamline if I can, because if I could play Streamline twice, it comes back with All for One. And if I scrape and stack, then I can't fit in Streamline and All for One. Is the only real argument against that. Actually, if we All for One, we get Skim, which, no, Skim doesn't add any cards to discard, never mind, that was wrong. Oh wait, if we All for One, we get back Turbo, so we could All for One, so we could play the whole thing. So we could Streamline, Scrape, All for One, and then Turbo out the stack. Yeah, I think I like that. Fitting in the Streamline, I think, is important. And we got the FTL for All for One, which is actually kind of bad, because we don't want FTL back, we want Claws back. And Turbo. But it looks like we got both Claws, so we're okay there. Make sure to put... oh wait, we missed Turbo. So we're not playing Stack here. Yikes. We could skim and look for Turbo, but we only get 1 card in the shuffle. Or after the shuffle. And none of these are Turbo. Man, I really set that up for a disaster if I didn't get Turbo, and I didn't get Turbo. Zap blocks a little bit. We're not taking a ton of damage. Shuffle does get a 6 block, that's true. Yeah, 6 block and a chance at Turbo is not terrible. We're taking some damage. Alright, we didn't get Turbo, so we're done. Oh, do you really see what you get back? I had no idea. I thought you got, huh. Well, that's new information for me. Haha, we are playing Streamline twice. See? See? Okay, so it seems like Cool-Headed draw an extra Claw All for One is the best outcome here. It's probably time to do Genetic Algorithm. I think if we don't play it right now, we're probably missing it. All for One gets us an extra Stream, though. And an extra Skim. And Skim to get us a Claw, which we need. The Zap right now is kind of wasting a little bit of block, but we're really close to getting a kill, so let's go for it. Aha, Apparition. Showing up at the right time. And we randomly get a rebound. We need to be really careful with the Void. But we still want to play the FTLs first if we can. Try and find a Claw. Get lethal. We can rebound the Claw if we find one. There it is. So now we can rebound Claw and Cool-Headed to draw it. We can still do that even if we... so Algorithm exhausts when you play it, so Rebound does not work on it. It consumes the Rebound charge without putting anything back in your deck, unfortunately. This is lethal. We could try and not do lethal to go back and find Genetic Algorithm. But surely that's wrong, right? Really wish I'd played Genetic Algorithm last turn. No, actually I couldn't play Genetic Algorithm, so I would have had to skip All for One. Oh wait, that's not quite true. Oh, it is true, because I used energy to draw All for One, and then I only had 2 left. Okay, whatever, nobody cares about that. Genetic Algorithm doesn't cause 0, so we can't draw it with Scrape. We could shuffle and draw the, what's it called? The Skim with Scrape, and then use the Skim to draw Genetic Algorithm, and then still get a kill. So the kill is just Claw Rebound. We don't even need to actually play the Claw twice. So let's draw this card. It's possible Scrape gets rid of the Void, too. So let's look for the Scrape. Ooh, we got the Void instead. Drat. Okay, I think that kills the chance of going and getting... Yeah, we got neither Scrape and we got the Void, so I don't think we're getting Genetic Algorithm. Okay, that's fine. Wow, second All for One. Yeah, it seems like pretty much an auto pick. We could get an upgrade, get Calling Bell. Calling Bell is our best shot at getting, like, Kunai or Shuriken. We don't really need Shuriken, but Kunai would be great. Also, we don't care at all about curses. Like, they hurt a little bit, but we have so much draw, and we have literally blue candle tungsten rods, so it's like any curse is just like, not a big deal. We could even put normalities in this deck, and it wouldn't be a huge deal. We would have to be a little bit more careful about only drawing on the first 2 card plays of the turn if we had a normality coming up, but which would be super annoying. But we could do it. And also, Calling Bell does not give you a normality. So the best case scenario for Calling Bell is way better than anything else. The same argument of we don't really care about curses with Blue Candle Tungsten Rod can be applied to Curse Key. Curse Key also gives us, 5 energy to start with, and then potentially, like, 8 energy turns. If we pick a Curse Key, we can just play Meteor Strike, like, out of hand, without any shenanigans, which is kind of fun. Worth calling out that none of these are Snecko Eye. I would have had a long conversation if we'd gotten Snecko Eye. I'm not sure what we would have done, but the answer would have been very complicated because we have 2 copies of All for One. So I'm kind of glad that didn't happen because I would have been very confused for a long time. I do not think Snecko Eye is bad. I think Snecko Eye is definitely better than Skip. It would have had to be somewhat contextual to what the other relics are, but it would have been very complicated, and I probably would have talked about it for like 10 plus minutes. But it didn't happen, so we don't have to talk about it. We can all just stop thinking about it. Okay, so it's really Calling Bell versus Cursed Key. Tiny House is also better than Skip, but Cursed Key and Calling Bell are in a league of their own. The runs are going well. This is actually the first run so far, so so far so good, I suppose. We just finished up Act 2. What's the worst case scenario for Calling Bell? Is the kind of question that I would ask myself on this stream. The worst case scenario for Calling Bell. So Calling Bell gives you a common, uncommon, and a rare relic. The sauce is in the uncommons for me, because we want that kunai and that shuriken. The worst case scenario would be we don't have any like Toy Ornithopter Sozu stuff. Oh, we could get Dreamcatcher. Actually, we can't get Dreamcatcher because we saw Dreamcatcher at a shop, so that's no longer available. We could get Juzu Bracelet or Maw Bank. Those are available. Those are pretty bad. An ad on my page crashed, so Google told me the page was unresponsive, but in fact, it is not. Nunchaku would be great. All the Smoothstone's great. Bronze Scales is great. Anchor's great. Vajra is great. There's just all the common relics are great. The boot's kind of bad. The boot actually triggers pretty reliably, though. Here, I'll let you guys see the thing. Smiling Mask is pretty weak. There, it's saying that again, but it's very responsive. It's not. There's no problems here. It says it's loading still too. Some ad crashed really hard. Happy Flower is not that useful. Ancient Tea Set's not that useful. Centennial Puzzle's good. Do we already have Ceramic Fish? Is that a thing? We do already have Ceramic Fish. Omamori is not great. Okay, and then the uncommons have some super good options, like we can't get Duality. Kunai and Shuriken. God, that's so annoying. Molten Egg is bad. Sundial's pretty good. We could maybe do infinite stuff with Sundial. We're like almost there. Ornamental Fan's great. Pantograph is fine. White Bee Statue would be okay. Toxic Egg's kind of bad. All the eggs are not great. Bottles are fine. Darkstone Parap is bad. So the worst case scenario so far is like Boot or Juzu or Maw Bank plus Darkstone Parap. And then for a rare relic, we get like Thread and Needle, which is like good, but it doesn't make the deck do anything crazy. Shovel maybe. I didn't realize that the this sort of sailor thing, the anchor plus horn cleat plus captain's wheel, are all at different rarity levels. That's kind of fun. Lizard tail would be great. Yeah, all the rare relics are super good. All right, we're gonna switch back here. Toxic Egg does not upgrade existing cards. Oh, you mean for picking new things? Yeah, Toxic Egg is like among the best relics in the game, so it's definitely not like terrible. I just think we're probably not adding too many more cards to the deck. Yeah, I think it's probably Bell here. We already have energy. The curse doesn't hurt that much. These are both curses. All right, let's go for it. Even trying to figure out what the worst case scenario was, I was like, dang, there's a lot of good case scenarios. Yeah, that's not great. We don't really have any focus synergy. Calipers is normally god tier for defect because you have you're trying to win the game with Frost Orbs, and Calipers helps you, like, particularly in the heart fight, save up for the big attack turns. But yeah, this is kind of a dud. It's definitely better than the worst case scenario I was talking about, although I didn't call out Calipers. That was probably one of the worst rare relics. Alright, we have a ton of money again, so we should go to a store. The only early store is here. We do... Oh wait, we already got the green key, so we can go wherever we want. We have to go to a bunch of fights to do that, which is a little bit awkward. Also, if we go on the right, there's like a bunch of shops later that we have to avoid. There's a 4 relic route. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really trying to fight too many elites. There are several 4 relic, or 4 elite routes. I guess there's exactly 2. These 2. I mean, I agree. Most like quote unquote claw decks don't end up actually being like actual claw decks where like the way you win is claws. Most claw decks are like the way you're solving Act 1 is claws, and then you kind of pivot away and become a focus deck or something. So a lot of the time, focus is great for claw decks. But in this case, we are actually legitimately like trying to use claws to win like Act 4. So focus feels like a bit of a side quest. Like you're right, it does you know, it does stuff with frost orbs, but we don't have like any extra orb slot stuff, and we don't have very many frost orb generators. It's just the cool-headed, although we do have 3 copies of it. So like it does stuff, but it doesn't do a ton. But it is like Data Disc is a top tier relic for sure, and so is gold-plated cables. So like I'm not sad about them. It's just none of these help us do our main plan. They just help us stay alive. So yeah, let's go to the shops. There's a defrag. Okay, so we probably want to play FTL first. Looks like FTL plus Ritual Dagger is going to kill something here. I guess let's see what scrape hits. It's possible we want to put Ritual Dagger into the, like, Spiker, because it does so much damage. We're wasting a little bit of damage on the Exploder here. But that's okay. Okay, we have no way to block, so we should just block with Apparition, I guess. I think you guys just suck, Oganet. She's just right behind me, meowing at me. We were all here. Apparition's kind of fun with Spiker, too, because it's like, haha, Apparition plus Tungsten Rod. I can punch you all I want. So let's do that. Complete our little side quest. Develop an extra lightning orb. That's right, Tungsten Rod ghosts are the best kind of ghost. We have lethal, and I can play this for free. We did both side quests, so we can just end the turn. Double energy was something I was on the lookout for. Cost 0, enables some kind of crazy shenanigans. I have to be a little bit afraid of building around like a ton of card draw against the Heart and the Act 4 elites, because statuses are a thing, and if we don't find Medical Kit, they can make your deck significantly worse. A lot of good options here. We could take Beam Cell even. Comes pre-upgraded. So Cool-Headed, Double Energy, and Beam Cell I think are all better than 2 max HP. We already have marbles, so we already have turn 1 vulnerable, which is kind of nice, and it does do a lot of damage. Beam Cell is also a way to remove artifact charges. Oh wait, who's our boss? It is Donu Deka, so they're going to have way too many artifact charges for me to remove with Beam Cell, practically. Both Double Energy and Beam Cell make scrapes better. Cool-Headed doesn't make scrape better, but it does mean that we can draw more cards. We could take Double Energy just because it's an uncommon. Getting an upgraded uncommon that's like reasonably synergistic with the deck is pretty good. I've never found myself needing to have an 8 energy turn, though, is the problem. Like, we've got cool-headeds and stuff, and that's great. But do we really need double energy? It seems like a bit much. Maybe we just take an extra cool-headed. It would be our 4th, so we'd get a collector bonus. Double energy does function kind of like another turbo, that's true. I was kind of desperate to hit turbo that one turn. You know, I say I haven't needed an 8 energy turn, but I have had an opportunity to do 8 energy turns, I think. Especially now that we have 2 copies of All for One. And the associated, I guess 0 mana skim was only in that one fight. But that was causing me to use a lot of energy. Yeah, we'll give double energy a try. Ooh, turn 1 Echo Form. Yes, please. Probably playing Apparition this turn. Let's see what's in Scrape. We'll hit the back one because he's buffing. There's nothing in here. Well, okay then. Alright, genetic algorithm mostly blocks out. We take 2. Let's try and draw some cards first. Oh, I forgot about Echo Form, although that was a fine Echo Form target. Need to be a little bit more on my game for that. Alright, we can finish him off with Ritual Dagger. Does this... Sorry. I keep forgetting what the rules are for this fight. Fatal only works on the last guy. Is that how this fight works? Is it? It's because it's not just feed. Yeah, it's the whole fatal keyword. Yeah. Okay. So we can't do Ritual Dagger. Yeah. So we'll wait on that. I think we can trigger it pretty reliably in this fight. So we will just hold on to it. Might as well play this because it's fun. It's kind of too bad we can't get like Charon's Ashes or anything, and then get like a bunch of curses. I don't know if I've ever had Blue Candle plus Tungsten Rod. Tungsten Rod's so fun. We can guarantee 0 cost skim again. It was really good before. I'm not sure we really need it this time, but we might as well. Maybe I should have dual casted the skim though. Well, we kind of need, we're taking a bunch of damage here. This is not good. Okay, FTL kills him. Crap, I shuffled and lost all my 0 cost stuff. I guess we can cool-headed to draw a card. We don't need the Apparition. Need to be a little bit careful not to kill him until we get the Ritual Dagger. Let's look for it with a double FTL. And then I guess skim. Finds it. Great. Okay. Pretty rough fight there. Why not play the bell? Oh, you're right. It's total misplay. My bad. Dex Pot or Liquid Bronze goes for Regen Pot. We could theoretically hold the Liquid Bronze all the way till the heart. Let's see, is it also good against Act 3 elites? Not particularly. It's not really good against Repromancer. It's terrible against Giant Ahead. It does do something against Nemesis. But yeah, I think we're probably not holding it for that long. I think it's probably the weaker of the two. There's a hologram plus. I can go back and get the all for one. I think we take that over 2 max HP. Alright, let's go to a shop with 600 gold. Well, that's disappointing. Violence is great, though. We could buy fruit in a bottle, or is this fruit juice? Fruit in a bottle. Yeah, we could reroll with Matryoshka. We only get 1 proc out of it, but that is something. It's better than both of these because we don't have any X-cost stuff. Probably doing violence, probably doing card remove. Enlightenment also costs 0, but it doesn't really do enough. It does reduce the cost of all for ones to 1, which is something. You want to buy the hologram? I don't think I'd buy a hologram. I think we're definitely doing these two. I guess we have 300 money. I passed on a hologram earlier, so it's hard for me to bio on. But maybe that was before we had 2 all-for-ones. 2 all-for-ones makes holograms seem pretty appealing. I'm not sure how many copies of hologram we want. Yeah, we have an upgraded hologram now, but if we took 1 hologram, a second one's probably good. Is fruit juice better than Dex Pop? We can't rest, so the value, some of the value of fruit juice of the like healing as a percentage of your max HP, we miss out on. So I think we're skipping the fruit juice to keep the Dex Pot. We're also going to shops again later, so keeping money is also fine, because there are more shops available later. But I think I'll take a hologram. Seems fine. Right now we're proccing Healing Relic. You mean Meat on the Bone? Yeah, that's true. I mean, fruit juice kind of improves your meat on the bone. Meat on the bone just heals for 12, no matter how much health you have. It just makes it a little bit safer to be at half health. But that's like... It's only 2. I think the relic that I'm looking for the most is Medical Kit. Medical Kit's super good against the heart. But there's nothing really specific that I'm looking for. Another copy of All for One would be great. Pretty much take an unlimited number of All for Ones. Well, here we got All for One and Hologram together, which is not a thing. Well, you know what we could do? We could... Okay, we can guarantee that Madness hits the Hologram Plus, and then use the Hologram Plus to get back All for One. If we get 2 zero-cost holograms, we have infinite block. Or if we get a zero-cost All for One. Zero-cost All for One's pretty good. Let's go for that. So we're going to hologram first. And then charge battery. And if Madness hits either of these, we're happy. Okay, hologram's fine. I'm fine with hologramming back that charge battery as well. get rid of this, make some hand room. Scrape Plus seems good. We totally missed damaging people on turn 1 when they were vulnerable, which is unfortunate. Let's see what's in here. We could go up to 10 energy and then never use it. Let's draw for this. Okay. Probably playing Apparition this turn. And Charge Battery, I guess. I think this is not the regen potion fight. I think we're trying to heal with Meat on the Bone this fight. We'll wait for a more dangerous fight. Ice Cream would be amazing. Okay, Violence is really good. We need that to kill these Exploders. Really glad we found that. Do we Violence before Cool-Headed or after? I think we... Violence is very likely to find FTL. So let's go Violence and then FTL. Yeah, we got 2 FTLs, so we played it correctly. We're in a little bit of trouble because we're taking 43 damage, and we have no intangible available. So I guess let's go look for it. Nope. Can we kill this Exploder? We definitely cannot. Are we dying right now? Taking 43, blocking for 3, so we need to block for 14 to survive. I think we exactly die. So I guess we have to spend both potions to survive. Okay then. Oh, that's true, Tungsten does help us, but it is close. Well, that was uncomfortable. Let's go ahead and skim. Do we have hand room for Cool-Headed? We do. Yeah, that was not a good outcome. Very nearly cost us the run. Alright, we can proc Ritual Dagger here. We can go Intangible and not do quite enough damage to kill him, which is very disappointing. So I guess we'll just land it on the 2 health guy. Oh, we could dual cast and potentially hit him. Actually, that's guaranteed to hit him, huh? Yeah, so we'll dual cast and then turbo and win the fight. We don't want to win the fight yet. We need to proc health more. Yeah, I think we need to soak every bit of juice out of that regen pot. So I think we're gonna actually just turbo and wait. Despite the fact that that's clearly wrong. I guess it does significantly increase our chance of like actually losing the run right now, if we don't Ritual Dagger. We have Hologram though, so we can get it back later. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. Unfortunately, the Hologram is here early, when we haven't gotten much more value out of it yet. We'll go ahead and proc the Genetic Algorithm side quest. And then I guess we're trying to... All for One gets back Hologram, which gets back Calipers later. Or, not Calipers, Ritual Dagger. So I guess we charge battery and just generate as much block as we can. I don't know if we actually generate 15 block a turn. It seems like it's going up, so maybe we do. Eventually he starts punching us too, though. Which I guess is now. Okay, so I'll draw exactly these cards next turn. So we're gonna miss one healing, and let's kill him next turn. Oh crap, I shuffled because I have... what's it called? Machine learning. Whoops. Okay, so we just got to shuffle back to it, that's fine. We're positive block this turn, so I'm not too worried about it. It does kill him, right? 30 damage? Yeah, okay, it kills him. There it is. Alright. Hologram plus? This would be our third hologram now. It's a little bit much. We're taking the third claw. The claw density has dropped dramatically. Like our first two picks were claw, and then we haven't picked another one since then. And we do actually need them. So I think picking another claw here is actually pretty reasonable, given that we have a 35 card deck. And this is our, like, damage scaling. We were only offered one Steam Barrier in the run so far, which I guess I wish I had picked. I'm not sure, I don't remember what it was up against, but I did not pick it. I think it was up against Scrape, though, so maybe I'm not glad maybe I don't regret it. I think I will take a claw. We have a lot of cards in the deck. We've been generating a bunch of money from Ceramic Fish, too, which is nice. Alright, we would hope to heal in this fight. He's got lots of multi-attacks. I guess we don't care about his attack this turn because we're always apparitioning. Buffer will be consumed even if you would get hit for one, because Tungsten Rod is kind of after you take the damage. It's between the damage and the health loss, so Buffer would attempt to block the one for us. Get down, Mr. President. It's either Skim or Scrape here. Both of them we want to play now so that we can draw FTLs and play them. Both of them draw 4 cards, assuming those cards are FTL. Scrape does damage. Skim doesn't miss things that don't cost 0. Most of the things I want to draw cost 0. We don't really care about missing all for ones or anything right now, because there's no 0 cost stuff to redraw. So let's scrape, get the damage. We did, in fact, miss an all for one. Drat. Okay, so let's draw more with either Cool-Headed or Skim. I guess Skim. Now we have a Claw, an all for one, and FTL. I guess I'll just take all the armor. Avoiding a malleable proc there. I would like to all for one, but we can't because we need to apparition this turn, but then also we have to change his intent now. So this is awkward. Alright, let's change it and hope it's a single attack. It is a single attack, great. We can buffer that. If we claw, we change his attack again, which is dangerous, and all we get out of it is 2 extra claw damage, so I think we're not going to do that. Okay. He had block, but he was also vulnerable, so the claw did enough damage to get through. Let's go ahead and look for an attack that we can use to change his intention. Alright, we did. We could save the apparition and just charge battery defend, I believe. This blocks for 12 plus 3 is 15, so we take 1, but then it becomes 0. We can also madness something. Let's defend, and then if madness hits either apparition or charge battery, I'm fine with that. I think I would rather it hit charge battery, so I'll play madness before charge battery. Alright, apparition's fine too. Okay, looks like this is the violence turn. Violence genetic algorithm. I guess we violence first because FTL? Yeah. In fact, there's only 2 attacks here. There's only strike and FTL. Awkwardly. So I guess we'll get exactly those. We get 10 energy this turn. I'm not sure if we can actually use 10 energy, but we can get it. We can hologram for the other hologram, and then use that hologram to get all for one. Spend a little bit of extra energy. I don't know about Skim. I think I mainly just want all for one this turn. There's not really anything in my draw pile that I'm super excited about getting. And we can most likely block out with genetic algorithm. Pretty happy with him attacking for 12, so I think I'll leave him alone. I have enough attacks to change him again. No, actually that's not true. I don't have enough attacks to change him. Okay, so I will leave him alone. We don't have to play genetic algorithm this turn, because we're blocked out with tungsten rod. But we do want to play genetic algorithm at least at some point during the fight, so I think that point is right now. Let's get rid of that. Cool-headed draws one of these 3. And it turns out to be Zap. So we're blocking for 16. Which seems like an apparition. I'll go ahead and rotate the orbs in case we want the frost orb in front. It also interacts with gold-plated cables, so again, it's an extra block next turn. And we got to save 5 with the, whatchamacallit? Calipers. Let's draw some cards, look for claws. Hey, we found one. Neat. We can change this form, again, if this form is scary. We're pretty much blocked out here. Or we can be blocked out. It's not worth turboing out the other defend. Because we wouldn't get to save any calipers. Block. And I won't claw, because I'm afraid of him going into curse form or something. Claw gets through the armor anyway, even though he blocked. Let's scrape and try and draw more stuff. Got an FTL with barely enough time left to play it. Can we get lethal this turn? If we hologram all for one... No, that uses all my energy. Oh wait, no, I have turbo. So we hologram all for one, play 2 claws and a turbo, and then ritual dagger. I think that's probably lethal. Let's try it. So 19 plus 21. Oh, it's not lethal. Well, darn. I wish that it was. Let's turbo out a cool-headed. Look for a way to block. Guess I should have thought about this turn more. So he's hitting for 27, we're blocking for 16 currently. We would get hit with 2 attacks, so Tungsten Rod would block twice, although we're going to defend. So now we're blocking for 22, and he's hitting for 27, so we take 4. Not a disaster. The main disaster is that we are losing Ritual Dagger without proccing it. We could cause a shuffle here with Skim. But we can also just redraw all the cards with All for One and kill him. But there's no way to get back Ritual Dagger without shuffling. We're at a pretty good health total, so I don't feel too bad killing him and missing the Ritual Dagger proc. I'll let this exhaust so I get extra hand room. And get a kill. Alright. Not a great fight. I think these are all skippable. I definitely don't want more FTLs. FTLs are making the deck so awkward. I felt really bad about taking the 3rd FTL, and I probably shouldn't have. Take an elite or a fire? What would we do with the fire? Probably upgrade the last apparition. Maybe hologram eventually. It's really weird that there are 2 ways to scroll this page. You can click and drag this thing, or you can click and drag on the card area. And then, like, there's this really awkward switch between them. I don't think that's well done. But it would be awkward if you, like, scrolled over here and it, like, scrolled like it does here. And I think it would be too hard to use if they didn't have this scroll bar. So I understand why they made this decision, but it's awkward. Yeah, I think Upgraded Apparition is better than Relic, although the Relic could be Kunai. But is Kunai really that good? I think Kunai is kind of okay. It's not like a standout. Also, going to full health, I totally forgot about Eternal Feather. It's like run-changingly powerful, and I'm just like, oh yeah, Eternal Feather procs. Falling, huh? Not too sad about losing Charge Battery. We have a bunch of them. Although, I guess we had 2, and now we have 1. So maybe I am sad about losing it, but I'm definitely not giving up Ritual Dagger, so. Take an Elite, or another Fire. We're at full health now, so we feel a little bit bad missing out on healing. Maybe we take these 2 Elites and this shop. Seems pretty reasonable. Let's scrape and find some claws. Nope. Let's try it again. Okay then. Be that way. We lost both of our All for Ones too, and the hologram. So we have to use the unupgraded hologram to get back an All for One if we want to have another combo turn this shuffle. We have double energy and skim together. We have turbo too, so we could go up to 612 energy. Not sure why we would need that much energy. Let's skim and find out why. Nope. Still don't need that much energy. This is probably the genetic algorithm turn. So let's just do that and clear this out of the deck. And then defend and strike. I guess the defend doesn't do anything. I was thinking that I would get Caliper's value, but I don't. Maybe I should have played double energy just to get it out of the 0 cost pool. Let's FTL first, and then Violence. Oh, Violence only draws Claw now. Maybe I should have Violenced first. Yeah, definitely should have Violenced first. It's a mistake. We're probably going to go Apparition this turn. I guess I'll Violence for just a Claw. No, I'll just shuffle Violence. We can make Ritual Dagger cost 0 here. So we can go get it later. Alright, probably going to be a hologram all for one turn, despite the fact that he's intangible. I'll charge battery for hand size. It is pretty cool to get back both turbo and double energy, so we could go up to 4 energy after all for one. Alright, and then we shuffle next turn with Claw missing. Let's look for an FTL. And I guess look some more. We could probably get a kill this turn, but we don't want one. This is probably the turbo turn. We can cool-headed, maybe find Ritual Dagger. Ooh, Violence is a really good chance to find a Ritual Dagger. Okay, I'll turbo for Hand Room. And then Violence. Oh, nope, we missed. Okay, so 31 is low enough that we can kill him with Ritual Dagger. If we get Ritual Dagger specifically next turn, it'll do 1 damage. So we could try and set him to exactly 1. We'd have to be really careful about the damage and like not forget about gold-plated cables or anything. So we're doing 8 damage with this Lightning Orb. So he is at 23. So these do 20. Well, that's probably not what's happening. So this does 10. So he's at 13. 1 Claw does 13. Okay, that's pretty easy to pull off. Although then, if we don't draw it next turn, we kill him on accident with the Lightning Orb, which is not what we want. Okay. So we'll just play Apparition instead. And we'll put him down a little bit. I think here, I'm pretty comfortable here. We probably can't do 12 damage in 1 turn. So we're doing 8 with this Lightning Orb. We probably can't do another 8 on the intangible turn. But it should be low enough that we can kill him easily when the time comes. That might have been too low. Drat. Here it is. I guess we should have played the other intangible. He isn't guaranteed to attack this turn, so I didn't want to waste the intangible. So that was intentional, but here he is doing a bunch of damage. Hurting us. So we're blocking for 16. He's hitting for 21, plus the burn is 23. So we're taking 7. It doesn't, that damage doesn't really matter because we're going to a campsite next that heals us to full. So this is okay. He is not going to die. He is intangible, so he'll take 2. So we've got 1 more turn where we can draw, whatchamacallit? Hologram, perfect. Ice Cream, wow. That's, I guess that double energy just got quite a bit better. So we need something that costs X now. Or like a Meteor Strike or something. What the hell is this deck now? Ice Cream? This is madness. Do we take Recursion Plus? We have 35 cards in this deck. I do kind of like building large decks with All for One, because then, you know, when you find your All for One, you're more reliably getting back like 5 or 6 cards. Yeah, I think I agree with the recursion. If we had like a bunch of focus, we could try and recur Frost Orbs and have this be our 0-cost block. Something the deck is missing is something that we can get back with All for One that blocks for a ton. Usually that void is filled by Steam Barrier, which does kind of a poor job at it. But it would just be nice to have some ability to block with this deck. I think just the Cool-Headeds are going to be it, though. I mean, Stack Plus is a card. It doesn't like have any interaction particularly with what we're doing other than building a big deck. But it does block for a lot, and we can get it back with holograms and stuff. We have a lot of control over the size of our discard pile with the scrapes. And it's upgraded. I think there's a lot going for stack. Or we could pick another Cool-Headed. That's also fine. I think stack is probably better than recursion, but I think 2 max HP might be better than both. Going up to 56 would be nice. Yeah, I think I just skip here. We're not in huge trouble. Alright, we have to take the key here. Drat. Letter opener would be pretty good. Okay, so we've upgraded all the apparitions. Does this do 5? It does 4. Upgrading hologram seems like a pretty high priority. Violence seems good. The other scrape would be good. Cool-Headeds are great. We cannot rest, so there's no point in taking key here. We have Coffee Dripper. I could see key in case we get a card that we really need an upgrade for later. But I don't think that's likely to happen. I think Cool-Headed might be the highest priority. Or maybe Scrape, one of the things that draws an extra card. This deck is really weird. Yeah, I think I'll go for Cool-Headed. Alright. It's a Giant Head. Well, we're pretty good at Giant Head because we play a lot of cards. We could turbo just to like play extra holograms this turn. Oh wait, that's not quite true. So we're gonna claw, hologram, right? I guess that's only 2 energy, so we'll defend first to get the slow stack. Okay. FTL is so awkward in Giant Head fight because you're like, I have to FTL first, and you're like, but I want to FTL at the end. Let's FTL first. I guess we could skim before we FTL. I'm not sure why I would make that decision though. Let's just FTL. And then skim. Oh, I guess I would get 1 extra slow proc on the FTL damage, so that is somewhat meaningful. If we All for One, do we get back Turbo? We do. Maybe we should just be playing Turbo. Actually, that was a mistake. We should play Turbo every time we see it, pretty much. Because we have Ice Cream now. So until our deck is like has a crazy amount of energy, we should play Turbo a lot. We have 2 All for Ones in hand, so we're probably going to play them both. So let's play these in slightly the wrong order. And then we get back a Claw. Let's see, how many hand spaces are we going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have 4 spaces. So we're going to get back 2 Claws, 2 FTLs. Seems good. Oh, I forgot about turbo. Darn. We'll put claw. We want to put claw so that it is in range for the next one. So we can play an FTL first to get the slow stack. Or I guess we play turbo to get the slow stack. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the order now. So we're gonna draw. I guess we're gonna draw 5 cards with this all for one. Or we could actually draw more if we turbo and play charge battery and stuff. We could even afford a scrape here. Yeah, let's go nuts. So let's turbo and charge battery and scrape. No extra cards. And then put. Let's see. So we're gonna play these 3. So all for the one's gonna draw 7. So 1, 2, 3. So the next 3 that we play. So all of them. So I'll play claw last to get the maximum slow benefit. We're probably going to turbo again so that we can play cool-headed. Because we need to block a little bit more. So let's play that first. For slow purposes. Okay. We're currently blocking for 10 and taking 13, so we'll just take 2. I think an apparition is probably better than taking 2 damage. I'll do FTLs first for slow proc reasons, and then claws. And then I think we will finish off with a ritual dagger. It's 100 damage because we have 20 procs of slow, so I think it's worth it. We could weaken him if we wanted to take no damage. We are going to this campsite though, so we'll heal for what? This heals. Does this heal us to full every time? So it's for every 5 cards, so we get 7 procs. No, it heals for 21. Okay. So we basically rest at every campsite. That's actually better than resting. That's more than a third of our max HP. All right. Violence gets Scrape Claw. That's it. So we can Violence and then Cool-Headed. We're always playing that. Ooh, that gets a slow proc too. It's exciting. Yeah, take another one. And then what is Cool-Headed getting us? Maybe the other Cool-Headed and a genetic algorithm? He's not attacking this turn, so we don't need to prioritize that. We could go up to 6 energy, which we would get to keep. Scrape could cause a shuffle, which seems good. Zap first for slow purposes, but we want the claw in the shuffle. Actually, do we want the claw in the shuffle? I think we don't want the claw in the shuffle. Usually you want the claw in the shuffle so you can draw the claw again, but in this case we want the claw in the discard so that we can get it with the all-for-ones. I'll go ahead and double energy just to get a slow proc, because now I think is as good a time as any. And then we'll take the shuffle. And then claw. I guess these defends actually do give me real block, so I probably should have played them, because they persist with calipers, so I should have played them before the attacks. To get extra slow procs, but now that I don't get that benefit, I think I won't play them. I'll just save that ice cream energy. Okay, let's Cool-Headed first, or we could Madness first. Let's Madness first. Get a free strike. Okay. Cool-Headed for the slow. FTL because we want to draw. Okay, we have hologram and all for one, so I think that's probably the end of the fight. Unless we want to try and extend it for Ritual Dagger. Where is Ritual Dagger? Must be in the discard. Oh, we already used it. Yeah, that's right. We used it for 100 damage. Okay, so we're done with all the side quests. Zap first for slow, and then strike, and then claw. This probably doesn't matter because we probably have super lethal. Yeah, we obviously do. Okay, great. Yeah, I am very confused by ice cream calipers. It's like I could save the energy for next turn, or I could save the block for next turn. But the block, like I lose 15 of it, but I'm already 15 overblocked. So a little late for Frozen Egg, but hey, maybe it's good. There's the Steam Barrier I was complaining about not getting offered. We also get a Claw Plus. Never should have taken that third Claw, because now the fourth Claw is a Claw Plus. I also talked about taking a reprogram. That was kind of before the data disk thing. Data disk plus gold-plated cables means reprogram is probably not correct. Do I take Steam Barrier or Claw or Max HP? Sweeping Beam, honestly, is fine too. Because we have Ice Cream and Shenanigans. Yeah, I'm honestly just not against taking a fourth Claw. Claw Plus, the upgrade is totally meaningless, because it's just 2 damage, which I always think is hilarious. But I think I'll do it anyway. Whispering Voices. Well, Madnesses are good, and we're about to heal for a bunch, so I think we're taking those for sure. Usually this event is kind of sucks, but this time I think it's good. We'll just embrace the madness. This is a crazy deck. We're gonna get crazy. Heal to full, take an upgrade. Maybe one of the madnesses? We have 3 copies of madness. This is so silly. No, they still exhaust when they're played. It doesn't really matter that they cost 0. So I think we just take a hologram upgrade. Try and improve that consistency. Alright, let's spend some money. There's Bioscog Plus. Ornamental Fan is probably good. Yeah, Time Eater is an issue for Claw decks for sure. We could take Trip. We talked about taking something that applied Vulnerable earlier. Oh, it was Beam Cell. Is that what that card's called? Trip is a little bit like Beam Cell. Oh, it's right here. So these are basically the same card in this deck, at least. Things costing 0 this combat is pretty good. So if Chrysalis gives us like a 0-cost Glacier, that's like something we could use to actually block out the heart. Ornamental Fan is also kind of block. This archetype, as I've mentioned before, struggles against the heart, because playing a lot of cards, and against Time Eater, playing a lot of cards is quite punishing. This is a hell of a shop. There's a lot of really good options here. Reboot, I haven't even mentioned yet, is crazy. 38 card deck with 3 copies of Madness. That's what really makes it crazy. Could sprinkle in a little bit of madness. Yeah, this is nuts. We can afford Bioscog and Chrysalis if we want to do that. We cannot afford Ornamental Fan and Chrysalis, which is what I would rather do. We could do Chrysalis card remove. We kind of need the card remove. That leaves us with a little bit of extra money, but not quite enough to buy Entropic Brew. It is enough to buy Gambler's Brew, or Trip, or Fear Pop. Let's give this a shot. Get rid of that last strike. See, I'm being responsible. I'm reducing the size of the deck. That is not what's happening. Okay, we have to take a key here. Alright, let's fight some bosses. We get a randomly generated Bioscog, rather than a purchased one. Are we trying to play a turn 1 Bioscog? We can land Madness on either Hologram or Cool-Headed, 100% right now. But if we play Cool-Headed, then we will probably draw something and force Madness to miss. We have 3 copies of Madness and 2 copies of Hologram Plus, so infinite block is very much on the table. We have Turbo as well, so if we draw something inconvenient with Cool-Headed, we can play it with Turbo and then still land the Madness on the Hologram. So let's try that. Oh, okay, so we got only 0-cost stuff, so Madness is guaranteed to hit Hologram now. And then we can still FTL. So now, now we have crazy stuff. Now All for One gets us back Hologram, and then Hologram can play All for One again. And then, you know, we have Turbo, so All for One costing 2 kind of costs 0. So we can start thinking about doing infinite things as well. In addition to just block, we can do infinite damage. Although right now we are taking 24 damage, we have no block. So we could Bias Cog, which blocks for 4, which is not very much. We could Hologram, which blocks for 5. We could go Hologram Cool-Headed. Yeah, I think Hologram Cool-Headed is a good start, and then if that doesn't work, we can Gambler's Brew and look for more stuff. We have another copy of Madness. Excellent. Okay, currently blocking for 5. We have 6 block at the end of the turn. That's 11. So the first attack would do no damage, and the second attack would do 11 damage. If we play Bioscog, we get, these are each 7, so we get 14 end of turn block plus 5 current block, which would be a total of 19, and we would take 4 damage. Which is not terrible. That's fine-ish. Or we could blow our hand away with Gambler's Brew and try to find better stuff. If we were going to Gambler's Brew, what would we Gambler's Brew? We would definitely get rid of the Zap, probably the Madness, and maybe the Turbo. So we'd draw 3 cards, keep the Claws. Or we could do the Claws too, do 5 damage. You get to choose which cards you discard with Gambler's Brew, so we can just choose which ones we hold. I think I'll just get rid of the Claws. We'll get them scaled up by doing infinite things later. In fact, let's go ahead and just discard the Bioscog too. If we find a All for One, we get Bioscog back for free. It has a 28 card draw pile, so drawing 6 cards of it is definitely not guaranteed to find All for One. But if we draw 6 cards, we're pretty likely to find something that's helpful. We could double energy and then Cool-Headed Charge Battery to block. It's not tremendously exciting. We're always playing this Claw. Could have kept the Turbo. I didn't keep the Turbo because I wanted to draw more, but then I guess I only have 1 energy, so... I mean, Scrape doesn't need 6 energy. Scrape only needs the 1 energy, because it only draws 0-cost stuff. Yeah, let's just go ahead and jam the double energy right now, and draw. Apparition works. Currently blocking for 5 plus 9 is 14. Taking 9. Yeah, I'll Apparition to block for 9. Oh wait, we can just Charge Battery, and then we take 2. Keep the apparition, and I get an energy next turn. Or we could scrape and look for 0-cost stuff. Unfortunately, one of those 0-cost things is violence. We don't really want violence right now. So I was doing this. So yeah, let's do that. We could just weak pot. I guess he has artifacts. That doesn't really work. Oh, I forgot about gold-plated cables and took 3 less damage than I was anticipating. Or, I guess 2 less damage. I was never going to take 3. Okay, time for crazy stuff to happen. We want to hit Madness on Hologram. We want that badly. So let's cool-headed first. And then we can defend, and then guaranteed hit Madness on Hologram. Oh wait, that's not guaranteed. We have to all for 1 first, and then it's guaranteed. Because these are all guaranteed to cost 0. Okay, so then we Madness on Hologram, and now we have 2 0-cost holograms, so we win the fight. Or, you know, we block out this turn, I guess is what that actually does, but... Zap. We can play infinite turbos now. Shit is about to get weird. What do we want to do? I guess we probably want to kill this turn, huh? Does violence help us kill this turn? It gets us FTL, Claw, and All for One. We don't need a second copy of All for One. Oh, it could get a Skim, too. That's true. Getting infinite block with calipers is pretty good. Okay, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and just turbo the first time, and then hologram back the All for One, and then start working on our hologram plus hologram play, because this is going to take a while. Does anybody have any cool stories they want to tell while we're playing hologram plus 1,000 times? I guess we're only going to play it 200 times. So that's kind of a win for humanity. Not having to do something 1,000 times. Yeah, we do have lethal, I believe. Oh, actually, holograms are on the bottom, so maybe we don't draw them. So maybe we needed violence to make hand size. I'm happy to be incorporated into your local ASMR workflow. Oh, madness. Okay, so we've currently blocked out for approximately the next 10 turns. That seems like it's probably enough, and we can start just doing other things. Okay, so we're going to violence, and that's going to get us probably this claw and this FTL. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So the reason to violence would be to get an extra spot in my hand. Yeah, I was not excited about calipers when I got it. That was before we got, you know, hologram and 3 copies of madness, but calipers is a rare relic for a reason. Calipers is good. So let's play All for One and see what happens. I guess we can just see what happens without that. So we're drawing the top 8, so we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. So we do get the hologram back. Okay. So we don't want to disrupt that with violence. So we do have lethal here. Okay, so doing the hologram into hologram thing forever was unnecessary, but it was fun. Just to show that we could, to assert dominance over the game. Okay. We don't have to play the, oh wait, yeah we do. Sorry. There's Donu down. We really did not need those extra copies of Claw, did we? If we're going to be doing infinite things, you only need one Claw. Only one FTL. And a thinner deck would make it more consistent. But whatever, we got there. Okay. I wish we got to keep some of that block. Okay. Time Eater's not messing around. He wants us dead. Yeah, we can't get infinite block against Time Eater. He has a slightly different strategy. Crap. Okay, so we still have to claw him to death, I think. I don't think we're getting out of that. We're definitely playing a zero-cost Echo form. And we are saying thank you to the very kind and Corildon. I appreciate it. I almost didn't pick you up, because I was afraid of losing health, but Twitch chat convinced me, and they were right. I think we're skipping FTLs. Do we skip Violence? Violence could get more claws, and we have an all for one right now, so we probably want to play those claws. However, we're also getting hit for 24. This is probably the weak potion, so let's just go and throw that in there. Okay, 18. Actually, it's 15 because of this thing, Tungsten Robe. Violence getting claws is good. Violence getting FTL is bad. They're approximately the same likelihood. I guess there's one more claw than there is FTL. And getting all for one is also bad. Ritual Dagger is neither good nor bad, in particular. I guess let's Cool-Headed first. Why would I Cool-Headed before Violence? If I Violence before Cool-Headed, then I draw fewer attacks with Cool-Headed. Do I want to draw an attack with Cool-Headed? Yes, I want to draw a Claw with Cool-Headed. Okay. Madness. Madness is guaranteed to hit all for one right now. With 2 copies of all for one, that seems like an interesting thing to have happen. We have multiple copies of Madness, so we could get multiple zero-cost all-for-ones. We can't do infinite things because the opponent is Time Eater, so he will brick none of our Madness. But I still think it's worth the one sort of clock cycle to put Madness on all-for-one here. We also get to save some of this energy with Ice Cream. The question remains, do we Violence? Assuming Violence probably draws, on average, 1 Claw. It draws, like, 1 Claw and 1 FTL and 1, like, Scrape or Ritual Dagger. So if it draws... I think of that set of things, the only one I would play is Claw. So then the turn is Violence, Double Claw, All for One, Double Claw. Which is 6 cards. So he would go up to 9 on the clock. Hi T1, how's it going? I think we'll give it a chance. Okay, we got 0 claws, which is a whole different situation. So we can just claw all for 1 claw and play only 3 cards. Yeah, T1, you really just missed it. You're gonna have to watch the YouTube for this one because we the previous fight we went infinite on turn 2 and generated infinite block and killed Donu and Deka. with many claws. Madness on whatchamacallit. I am so bad at remembering card names. This should not be my job. Madness on this card, Hologram. Sure. I mean, I build around whatever is available. Slay the Spire is not a game that you can play effectively if you're going to try and only build a specific type of deck. So this game, I usually don't build Claw decks, but Claw was our floor 1 card reward, and it was also our floor 2 card reward, so we kind of just went for it. And we ended up with 2 copies of All for One, so we made it to the Act 3 boss, which is where I am now. And we'll see if we can make it to Heart. I think Claw and All for One and Claw are correct. We need to scale up our claws to win this fight. I don't think Scrape is right. But I do think Ritual Dagger is correct. Maybe we save Ritual Dagger for after he splits. Ritual Dagger is kind of saying, I want to split him as soon as possible. And I think maybe we just want to save the energy and time until next turn. Okay. Kind of a weird turn. Apparition is a godsend. So we kind of want to Apparition and run out the clock awkwardly, so that we don't have only 4 cards for next turn. But then we have to play all the cards in our hand, because we have no card draw. Oh, we do have Echo Form. Shouldn't forget about that. We could double proc Genetic Algorithm here and save the Apparition. If we double Genetic Algorithm, it goes up to 31, which is nice. And we block out this turn. And then he's up to 9. We could play everything except for the Apparition to roll him over. Yeah, I like double-ticking Genetic Apparition, or Genetic Algorithm. It's pretty good. And I don't like being left with only 3 time next turn. Although I think deliberately rolling him over early is probably wrong too. This is going to be a really tough fight, but I think we'll survive it more if we save our energy and time for next turn. We're not going to play Curse of the Bell either, even though we can play it for free. Alright, we could play Double Claw Claw, which spends our 3 time pretty efficiently at scaling up our claws, which is what we want to be doing. We are not spending Hologram, but we... there's not really any way around that. There's no way to do anything effective with Hologram here. Claw. Claw. We can Hologram back an Apparition and play that. If we play Hologram first, we get it twice. We could dual cast Double Energy here to go to... let's see, 26 times 2 is 52 energy. I kind of don't think we need that. Seems unnecessary. If we scrape, then Madness is guaranteed to hit either All for One or Hologram, which seems good. We already have a 0-cost All for One in the discard pile. So if we hit either All for One or Hologram, we have quote-unquote infinite. If it weren't Time Eater, we could combo forever. But it is Time Eater, so we only get to play 12 cards a turn. And also, he's hitting for 51. by the way. So maybe we hologram and go get both claws. 2 claws. And then we single scrape. So double hologram, single scrape. Hi Nimby, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. With infinite hologram, again, isn't it worth it to do once or twice, even with his strength? Probably. I'm not really sure what the correct thing to do is. Kind of working through it. We probably need to go get that apparition. And the only way we're getting apparition is if we make a 0-cost hologram instead of all for one. But then we have to wait until the next shuffle. Ooh boy, this set of upcoming cards is really scary looking because none of them are hologram, none of them are all for one. There's nothing abusive happening. It's just like lots of card draw and not very much damage, and like a chrysalis for some reason, which I like recently bought, but was clearly a mistake. We can scrape twice to get through a bunch of that stuff and just shuffle it away. Take a big 6-card chunk out of there, discard it. Yeah, I think I like that. So let's double scrape. Alright, and then we can Madness and hit either all for one or hologram. I guess we could have Madnessed first, because then we would have double Madnessed, and it would have hit either scrape and one of the 2 combo pieces, or both of the combo pieces, which would have been good. I would rather it hit all for one, I think, at this point. But let's just hit one of the 2. Doesn't really matter which one. Great, hologram. So let's hologram for apparition, and then play apparition. And now we've got 7 cards to do whatever we want with. So it's probably claw all for one. And then more claws. If we all for one again, do we get a claw back? We do. Claw is the first card in the discard, so we get to play the claw plus again. Okay. Alright, he's defending, which is a godsend. We get to shuffle with Skim and Cool-Headed, which is something we need to do. Oh, I guess just double Skim does it, of course. And then I think we skip everything that doesn't say claw on it. Yeah, we have an infinite combo, but we can't do it because we only get to play 12 cards a turn. Which is kind of a bummer. Do we want to play 12 cards this turn, or would we rather just play these 3? If we play Cool-Headed, we're kind of just, like, spending turns to draw next turn's cards early. So I think we just pass and draw the cards naturally. Keep more time on the clock. I don't know if that's true, the thing you said. We can definitely kill him this turn. We don't have any way to block, though. I think we FTL and look for a way to block. Yeah, maybe we should have tried to split him last turn. because this turn he is killing us. Okay, so he's doing 54. We're blocking for kind of 4. So we're taking 50, and we are at -6. So we need to block for 7. If we don't tick him over, if we do tick him over, we need to block for whatchamacallit? 9. So blocking for 9 is 3 copies of hologram, basically. So we can all for 1, hologram the all for 1, hologram the hologram, and then hologram again. So, okay, 3 of the cards are holograms, he's up to 8. And then, what are we doing the rest of the time? Probably claws, right? So I guess we can hologram a claw, and then all for 1 to get back the hologram and the claw. That seems better. We want to be playing the 0-cost hologram and not the 1-cost hologram, because we draw it for free with all for 1. Okay, so the last 2 cards are Claw Hologram. Did I calculate this right? If I block with 3 holograms, do I survive? Or do I need to play 2 holograms now? Okay, so we block for 9 plus 3 is 12. So he hits us for 54 minus 12 is 42. Yeah, so we survive that. Okay, great. So the last 2 cards are Claw and I guess the hologram again. Actually, do we... No, he kills us exactly if we don't hologram, so we need to hologram. Although it doesn't matter what we get, because our turn's over. Oh wait, shit. Do we die anyway? We do die anyway. Shit. I was off by 1. I was like, oh great, I have enough, because I wasn't factoring in the end of turn strength gain. Yeah, we could have just blocked for more that turn. Just a straight up misplay. There was no reason to die there. Probably should have played 12 cards the previous turn. I knew it was going to be really important to play all the cards efficiently. But I didn't give myself the maximum runway by playing 12 cards. We even drew the cards in a really good order. We definitely could have killed Time Lord. I'm not sure we would have killed Heart, because you have a lot of the same problems killing Heart as you do killing Time Lord. But we had like double hologram, which is infinite block even against the Heart. So I think we would have had a pretty decent chance at killing him.